What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Caleb Laws, and welcome to another groundbreaking edition of G is for Gentlemen. You can follow me on all social media outlets at SeniorWapo713. Go to my blog, same name, SeniorWapo713.com. Check out what we got going, but we got a beautiful show. I got a great brother right next to me. B, what up, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You already know what time it is. This is your boy, Mr. Real B M-O-N-T.
Hey.
You already know what time it is now. We are here, as you see, we are not in our studio. We are in an amazing place.
Look here.
This is the second time that we've been blessed and fortunate enough to come back here and do some stuff. But we are at Saks Fifth Avenue here in Houston, Texas at the Galleria. And we have an amazing show planned for you. Without any delay, let's just go right into it.
Let's just dive in. Let's just dive in. So you know, what we typically talk about, we're really consumer conscious when we talk about the products that we want people to have.
That is correct. That is correct.
Because listen, everybody's pockets aren't super deep. Everybody's not like Brandon Montgomery.
Well, you know, I'm less than Hollywood.
And so,
in my mind.
And, you know, but there's a benefit, man, really, and I think we need to spend some time today, classes in session today,
hey,
right? With the style professor. And I think that, but let's spend some time talking about why we there's some benefit to buying high-end clothing.
I mean, I think that's actually a good idea. Number one, because when you say we're at Saks, or you hear the name Saks Fifth Avenue or Neiman Marcus, or different places, right? You automatically, there's this trepidation that goes along with it. You know, especially the young professional that is on the rise, that's doing pretty well for themselves, but they still have a mindset from when they weren't doing that well.
Exactly.
And it's hard for them. Old habits die slow. And so what you normally did or how you typically shopped before you got your corporate job or whatever you're doing in the world, it's different, you know, going into these stores and changing that mindset.
Yeah,
and so I think today some of the stuff that we're getting ready to talk about will kind of help and give some of the reasons why you would want to come and shop at a Saks.
Agreed, man. So there was this wonderful article that was posted in the Atlantic. Love the Atlantic. Website and magazine, and it was talking about why kind of giving a case for expensive clothing.
Right.
And so just follow us real quickly as we go through this. And so, you know, when you spend a significant amount of money or make a significant purchase in terms of the dollar amount, right? Especially with clothing, it helps you see the purchase as an investment, B. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not a cheap nor an exploitive thrill. It's something that I spent my hard-earned money here, so I'm investing into something, right? And I think that's really, really important because when you look at going to these fast fashion places, and they have their place for those persons who aren't there yet financially, right?
Yeah.
But when you look at them, sometimes we don't look at when we spend money quickly. It's like it's only like, and something happens, I only spend $25.
Yeah, I'll go get another one.
Yeah, I'll get another one. That's kind of a cheap thrill, right? That's not an investment.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
And it plays a lot into, again, the mental psyche and going in when you're getting ready to purchase something. We don't really realize it, but if you're continuously, I messed up, I go get something else. I messed up, I go get something else.
It adds up.
What you don't understand is that's adding up.
It does.
And the same several sweaters or several different shirts that you bought over the years to kind of match that same type of style of something that you may have really liked at one time, but just wear and tear kind of took that away from you. Like we talked about off camera, it's people that bought Versace shirts back in the 90s, and now that Versace's coming back again, and especially that print style shirt that they have that was made them so popular.
Agreed.
They can wear those same shirts still. They don't have to go.
It was a one-time purchase.
It was a one-time purchase. It was an investment. It was an investment. It means it matters more to you when you look at it from the standpoint of an investment.
And you know what else matters, man, is kind of what happens with the clothing. So low-cost clothing, right? It's produced, sold, and finally discarded in mass quantities. So that means, first of all, you look like everybody else.
Right.
Number one. Then when it's discarded, it's going into a landfill. There's
which is bad for not necessarily the economy, but I mean the environment. It makes it we don't want to continue to.
But tell them what it does to the workers though in those kind of places.
Well, I mean they're poorly paid.
Yeah.
They're not. They're in
those factories.
A lot of these places are in the quote unquote sweatshops, factories, and they're getting cents per hour.
Absolutely. And so that's one disadvantage to it. But when you get to the higher end,
you know, you minimize that. Again, sweatshops happen, and with all, unfortunately, it's a deplorable and disgusting thing, but they do happen. But you minimize it when you get to the higher end brands. These folks are paid a living wage, sometimes top notch, and they're really, and the stuff isn't mass produced. In fact, fun fact about Louis, I don't know if you know, everything that Louis Vuitton doesn't sell, they burn.
Really?
Yeah,
I did.
So they don't contribute to waste.
Let me go to that warehouse.
How
where
about
they're
But think
burning
about
them.
it. When do you see a Louis outlet?
No, but let me go to where they're burning.
But what I'm saying is, you see a Gucci outlet, you see other outlets, but you don't see a Louis outlet because they burn the inventory that they don't sell. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
which is good for the environment.
Yeah, and so and it keeps their prices. It helps them keep their prices. People can knock it off. I mean, they still knock it off, but people can't clearance item and all that kind of deal, right?
So let me ask you this: what's the goal? Because I know when you go into stores and you're buying stuff, you know, you typically, most people have a quote unquote a budget, but there are some places that you go into. It's kind of like, look, if I don't have a budget, you know, because some people, their income is, you know, they can do whatever they want.
Listen, ballin'.
But listen, what is the goal as it relates to items or what you can spend per item?
Yeah.
Or, you know, different stuff like that, so people can kind of get a mindset, you know, on average.
So according to the article, this person who wrote the article, the author says that the goal for them is to spend at least $150 per item, and there's a reason why.
There's some hesitation with that.
There's a lot of hesitation with it, but that's a good hesitation, though.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why it's a good hesitation, because how much do you really want it, right?
Or how much are you going to actually wear it?
How often are you going to wear it, right?
Yeah.
How much value is it, right? Does it have to you? And so you have to think about when you're spending this kind of money, you don't make rash decisions and rash purchases, right? And so you budget it out. I got this. I gotta go get this shirt. It's $185. That's it.
Yeah.
I ain't doing nothing else with that money. You see what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing about the dollar amount too.
Yeah.
We're not just saying any and everybody go and just, all right, and I don't care what you're doing, how much money you're making, or how much money you wish you were making, go spend $150.
No, that's not what we're saying.
The dollar amount should be based basically on your income and your financial obligation.
Say that one more time.
The dollar amount of what you go out and spend should be based on your income and your financial obligation.
You have to be fiscally responsible, period.
Yeah.
You have to be fiscally responsible. And so I think it's really, really important that again, you pick the dollar amount, right? It's a $50 purchase might be where you might sting a little bit, right? But the important thing is that it does have that sting.
But that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I read that in the article, it was saying that it should have a little sting.
It should.
But why is that?
Well, because researchers have found that the insula, which is the part of the brain that registers pain, it plays a role in purchasing, right? And so our brain weighs the pleasure of acquiring certain things against the pain of playing.
What it takes to get it.
Right? Mm-hmm. So it's more pleasurable, right? Well, let's say it like this. When clothing prices decline, so does the pain.
So we all have what's called a default mode network in our brains, right?
We do.
And the default mode is where your brain automatically goes when something surprising happens, when there's something that you really want to do, whether that's a negative mindset or outlook from it.
Right.
And what happens is most people, their default mode network kicks in when it comes to when they see certain prices, and they're like, I'm not doing this.
Right.
Then they start thinking of everything else. They don't think about it like we're positioning it from the standpoint of an investment. Because if you really want to do something, you'll go and spend $400-500 on some Jay-Z, Beyonce tickets. For one night. That you can't have anything left but the memory of that. Right. Versus something that you could go and spend a nice dollar amount on and have for years and years to come.
Absolutely. And it also, oftentimes, it makes us confront our lack of budgeting skills, our lack of financial planning, our lack of fiscal responsibility, right? And so I think that if you can sit down, create your budget, I'm a big advocate of Dave Ramsey, and everything that he does. But if you can sit down and create your budget and really line item and itemize yourself, you can probably find some ways to curb some money, some way, shape, form, or fashion. You know what I'm saying?
And it's not all negative, because the article really is saying that, with everything that you're talking about as far as the brainwaves and all that, there's a spark of joy that does come from when you make certain purchases and certain items. And I think, there was a book that it was talking about. I can't remember the name of it.
You would ask the book when I take my glasses off. the life-changing magic of tidying up.
It was saying basically how there's a spark of joy that we have when we make certain purchases.
Absolutely.
And that spark should be in your closet.
Why not?
You look in your closet like, oh, I do have those Balenciaga shoes I could put with my. Oh, I do have the Fendi bag that I can take with it. You know what I'm saying?
And it's beautiful because some people may say something like, well, I'd rather do that on a car. Well, a car doesn't. No car appreciates with value, with time.
Right.
There are certain brands that do appreciate with time.
Right.
Not every brand does, and that could be actually a show that we could talk about another time. But there are these high-end brands that appreciate with time. You look at a Zegna suit, you look at a Ralph Lauren. These things, as they get older, they become vintage and they become even much more valuable. Louis Vuitton, right? Certain brands appreciate. So it's just something that we wanted to give to all of our listeners and our viewers, that it's okay to buy high-end when you think of it as an investment.
Too.
You do it responsibly.
Do it
Absolutely.
responsibly. Think of it as an investment, and understand that you're putting something in your closet that's not going to be there, not going to leave your closet within a few months of wearing it. But this is something that I would like to have for the next couple of years.
Listen,
especially if something a piece that you really like.
For decades, you made the point early on about the Versace. You're like, for decades, Burberry has not changed its print. It has not changed at all. Louis V, Brooks Brothers, right? These brands are iconic and classic
for a reason.
For a reason, they will be. Like you can heirloom it to your grandson, to your granddaughter, right? You can. It's amazing timepieces, heirlooms rather.
Think about this. Why do people go to thrift shops? A lot of the times when you go to a thrift shop, you're getting something on consignment, right? But it's usually the stuff of high quality that still lasts, that you're even able to go back and buy.
Absolutely, especially in consignment shops. Absolutely.
Like you do that specifically because, oh, this is a good piece. Oh, I like this. I like the way it looks. And what's old to somebody else is new to you.
Right, exactly.
And so it's the same thing. You could have pieces like that in your closet that can last, that you could wear for years.
That's a beautiful thing, man. What's old to somebody else is new to you. But something else happened here recently that was new, or it's happening actually currently. That's New York Fashion Week, right? New York Fashion Week 2018, they're doing the autumn, winter shows of 2018. And in January, the first 3 days of the show is considered New York Fashion Week men's, right?
Yeah.
And so
we want to hit some highlights.
Yeah, let's hit some highlights.
Let's just hit the highlights of some of the men's fashions that were standing out, that people are talking about, so we can let you guys know and keep you abreast of what's going on.
So, you cannot talk men's fashion, in my opinion, without talking Tom Ford.
You cannot talk men's fashion without, in my opinion, talking Tom Ford.
It is what it is, right?
It's so nice you got to say it twice.
He's right. He opened the show with a kind of a tonal look, which is one of his trademarks. He had some ivory shearling on a jean jacket. It was a python print suit. It was rocker boots, right, with oversized amber shades. Remember that once Tom Ford left Louis Vuitton, when he was the creative director over there, he entered his own brand with shades. Remember, everybody, think about it. In the early 2000s, everybody was rocking Tom Fords. That's what they wanted. They wanted Dior's and Tom Fords for glasses. And so he kind of, in his show, brought back the glasses. Then came his signature. What he's really known for is the wide lapel suit.
Yep.
Absolutely. Shiny pink and yellow colors, which that suits his LA customers. But then he had some great pinstripes, which suits his East Coast folks, right?
Now, this one, I like this one you're getting ready to talk about.
And the outer pair. He paired them with bare ankles and taffeta loafers with sneaker hybrids.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
I love that.
No, yeah,
showing
bro.
them ankles.
You gotta show the ankles, bro.
I love it.
I can't stand breaking the pants. Anyway,
I love it. I love it.
And then he has some strong outerwear, right? Jazzy dinner jackets, printed metallics over Lurex turtlenecks. It was really, really. it was a dope show.
Yeah. Well, also you had Todd Cinder, Cinder, right?
Snyder. Todd Snyder. That's a typo. My bad. I set you up. That's on me.
This guy.
It's Todd Snyder.
All right. Now, I didn't know. I was like, Todd Snyder, who is that? Well, based on what you wrote, Cinder. But anyway, Todd Snyder. Now, he's known for his collaborations with companies such as Timex, Champion, British Outwear,
Private White.
Yeah, man. Trickers. He's done a lot of different stuff. So let me tell you some of the stuff that he had. Now, he dubbed the collection Smart Slacker. in his show notes.
Yeah.
Why did he do that?
Because it was so the silhouettes here lately have been really, really loose and really, really comfortable. I know you've been noticing, and we were talking about it off camera. And so this was no difference. Really, really loose silhouettes, but it still kind of had a nerdy, kind of edgy feel, nerdy with some edge to it.
Yeah, they were talking about his coats.
Yeah.
They were saying that he came out with like the full length buff shearling over and collegiate pink and gray pullover and off-white jeans. All that stuff comes to mind too when he was rocking his coats and things like that.
Right.
As well as mixes of jock wear and tailored pieces. Tell me about that.
So you cannot, like, at this day and age, you have to acknowledge the strength and the positioning of athleisure, right?
It's
And so you have to put it. Listen. At the end of the day, men, we shop for fashion. We want to be fly, but
we want to be comfortable.
Bro, we got to be comfortable.
Yeah, a woman will wear shoes, some Louboutins, 8 hours, and they'll be 2 sizes too small.
And deal with it. I ain't got time.
Deal with it.
I'm not finna do it, bro.
Yeah.
And so I have to be comfortable. And so, incorporating those elements are key. And Todd Snyder did that. Ovadia and Sons, right? He went back to the '90s era, man.
Yeah.
In New York, trying to recreate the feeling of the historic Irving Plaza in Manhattan, bro.
Nothing new under the sun.
Right, nothing, man. He had punky tartans, rockabilly jackets that had kind of a Western feel to it. You see what I'm saying? One photographer was heard saying that it was the Swingers collection, but he ain't mean like that though. So get your mind out together.
No, he meant like on a playground swing set.
Yeah, Swingers collection, right?
I made that up. That was
No,
right.
no, you weren't right. I just was letting you have it.
Sorry.
But it referenced kind of the '90s seminal Vince Vaughn look, and some pieces you could already see on the floor at a Macy. I'm sorry, at a Saks Fifth Avenue next season, like raw denim jeans with flame stitching up the sides and the roulette wheel sports short, man. So it's really going to be some edgy stuff coming out of Ovadia and Sons.
Who else was there?
Bode was there, man. Bode was there with a patchwork suits and botanical prints. The designer Bode actually said that she took her cue from a botanist that she knows, somebody who studies plants. Homer, she knew him while growing up, and that his vision was kind of whimsical. So she wanted it to be whimsical. We also had Willie Chavaria. Chavaria was street tough. Now, it was really cool with this show. It was street tough. It was really like masculine looking models.
Talking about with the bare chest and the tattoos.
Yeah, bro. It was dope, man. But there were really interesting layers, right? Cropped bombers over leather jean jackets, wide color style jeans.
But the faces also were painted too. Some of their faces were painted. So you had like the silent tears, and crying.
Man. It was really great tees, rugby shirts, Ralph Lauren style graphics, what we call logomania. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. And then, again, another guy you cannot talk about menswear fashion unless you talk about this brother by the name of who?
Ooh, Mr. Hugo Boss.
Hugo Boss. Listen, he left the flannel suits behind, right? But what he did was he had kind of this 50 Shades of Grey theme, ankle grazing overcoats, right? Kind of like Morpheus.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I saw he had some crazy turtlenecks too.
Oh, bro, them turtlenecks were so crazy.
Yeah.
And
the thick ones.
The thick ones, the cable knit. Then he had a really, this really kind of muted yellow trench coat, bro. It's crazy. And some of the he even put some baseball shirts.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, baseball shirts with the old school baseball jerseys with the suits, man. And so a lot of the guys were carrying bags and backpacks and things of that nature. So it was a dope, man. Those were the highlights that I really liked.
That's what I was gonna say. Those are the highlights. So if you didn't get a chance to, Mr. Wapo over here, he's every day. He's hitting me. He's texting me like, "Yo, did you see this? Did you see that?" He's on the ground and has his ear to the ground as it relates to fashion. So if you weren't able to do that, if you heard some of the brands that we were saying, probably a couple brands that you've never heard of before, make sure you check them out, man. Go look them up online, type in on Google New York Fashion Week, men's style, New York Fashion Week, and you'll see exactly some of the stuff that we're talking about.
And pay attention to the Saks website. Get on, go on their website and sign in so you can get their emails, man. So when these brands, because this is for the autumn winter of this year. Yeah. So when these joints are released, you'll be first in line to know. You know what I'm saying?
You'll know about it. All right, so I really like the fact that we're getting ready to do this next segment.
Yeah, man.
Because for a while, most people stayed away from this.
Yeah.
And what I mean by
unless it was just one type, one or two types.
Yeah. And what I mean by what we're getting ready to talk about is Instead of bag lady, like Miss Badu said, we're going to go ahead and check out that bag man.
That bag
now,
man.
We're going to talk about some amazing, as a matter of fact, we have some amazing pieces here in the store. So we're going to talk about some, show you, but get behind the stigma behind the bag and talk about like kind of what we were talking about. How it's not what you think. As a matter of fact, it adds an extra element of style to your overall look, you know?
So, absolutely, man. It's one of those things that, generally speaking, traditionally men carry bags for utility, right? For uses like, listen, I'm not gonna carry a bag unless I need it. I go
Baby
to work.
bag.
My briefcase at work.
You're flying and you carry
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But wearing it as a style element, a lot of guys are like, whatever, right? But we're growing and growing, and you're seeing that they're becoming a piece of fashion, a piece of style. And the interesting thing about it is there's still utility, because what I was telling you off air is, think about it. We have iPads now, or if you're one of them Android, I don't know why you would be, but if you're one of them Android users, you have your little Galaxy Notes and these big old phones we have, and your chargers and your keys and all kind of stuff. So we need bags.
Laptops.
Laptops for people who we need bags, man. And so it's necessary, but you got to figure out what kind of bag you need.
All right, well, let's talk about some different ones. And like I said, we have some here in the store. So let's go ahead and
So the number one bag that everyone knows, and B, if you can grab this one, is the attaché case, right? The briefcase. Listen, this one is a Valentino one that's here at Saks, and it's beautiful, man.
Only sets you back about $1,300.
Yeah, but it's okay. But again, it's an investment piece. Yeah. Because this Valentino.
Oh, you'll have this for years.
Valentino is one of
down.
Yeah, Valentino, exactly. And Valentino is one of the brands that holds value. Yeah. It's one of the brands.
Well, Valentino's been around forever.
And it's the most common type of bag, and you pair it simply with your business look. It's just simple, very simple, right? And then you have a classic messenger bag. Which and that's just simple. We don't have that one. But it obviously was carried by messengers, and it's usually made of canvas, and it's a really it's kind of the crossbody. It looks kind of like a briefcase,
a satchel.
Yeah, like a satchel. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But then we have one of my favorite, bro. And that's the Duffel Weekend. And we got this one by Hook and Albert, man.
Now tell them about Hook and Albert.
So Hook and Albert is really dope. This actual collection right here is your boy, our point guard for the Houston Rockets, Chris Paul, designed this collection of Hook and Albert, man. Super, super dope. A weekender it's I don't want to call it a suitcase, because you don't want to treat it like and throw it around like that. Yeah. But it's something you put your stuff in going away for the weekend.
I do a lot of like overnight, one-night trips. And
on PJs and stuff like that.
Listen, we ain't talking about that. Look, I'll fly in, come back in, out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really want to have to check luggage or anything. So one of these, something simple but nice, elegant, still stylish. You can take this pretty much anywhere you go. Man. Even in town, if you're doing stuff like we do a lot of stuff with the kids, or we have like T-shirts that we want to give away and stuff like that. Something nice, man. Like invest in your bag, because that's something. Luggage and bags are something that you buy every year if you don't put a lot of quality in the ones that you buy.
Oh my God! Especially
you're going to come out the pocket every year.
For sure. And again, you pair it with really anything, because it's really to travel with. Yeah. But if you get a smaller one, of course, it looks good with the streetwear or comfortable clothes. Then we have what's called a vertical messenger bag, which is a square version of the messenger bag that we talked about. It's a little smaller square. A lot of cats call them the Merce. It's not really my aesthetic. They call it the man purse. But they have utility, right?
Yes.
For like if you up north, or you somewhere where you ride a train a lot, and you need to grab your wallet really quickly to get your Metro card, or your your bus card, or your train ticket or whatever. It's really good.
Here's the reality behind a lot of these bags too. Case in point, when I lived in Atlanta, a buddy of mine, he lived pretty far out from where his job was, and so throughout the course of the day, he would go work out at his job, so he'd have workout clothes, different pair of shoes. Yeah. Sometimes he didn't want to go all the way home and come back out if he was doing something that evening, so he'd have another pair of shoes or a sport coat or some pair of jeans, something in there, so when you leave the house, you're prepared for anything.
Right.
And I think that's what happens with a lot of people nowadays is, with the way travel is and traffic is, you don't want to go all the way home, come back out, go do this back and forth. So it alleviates a lot of the running around that you would do if you just have a bag and you can have all that stuff. And why not have a nice designer or
a nice quality bag.
A nice quality bag.
Absolutely. And you know, speaking of which, man, I think the most versatile bag that that there is and that we have.
I need to take this to the house.
Is what's called a tote. Now, this one is kind of controversial because a lot of guys may look at this and say it's like a purse, bro. It's not a purse, man. It's not a purse. It's a tote, and it's
for men.
It's for men. This one here is I don't want to say Saint Laurent. It's Saint Laurent. I gotta get used to saying Saint Laurent instead of Yves Saint Laurent. You know what I'm saying? But it's
we'll mess something up real quick.
Yeah, I know.
We see what somebody on TV says and we think that's
yeah. Well, no, they just dropped the Yves name I think last year, but. It's a modern approach to the attaché. It's a modern approach to the briefcase, right?
This is so nice.
It's not a purse, so don't think about it. It's kind of an attaché mixed with a weekender. So it has some size, but not quite the size of a weekender.
You see somebody walking through the airport carrying this?
Yeah.
You're not gonna trust me. It speaks for itself.
And so it's the chic business casual. It really can go with any look. It's the most versatile bag for men that you can have. You can wear, you can be in your jumpsuit, your track suit with the joint, or you can be in the three-piece, beautiful three-piece Xenia suit, a custom-made suit here from Saks. You know what I'm saying?
Or you can even throw on a nice long overcoat, a little hoodie, some nice jeans, some nice Balenciaga sneakers or something, man.
Keep it moving.
You're good to go, man.
Keep it moving, man. Listen, I need to talk to management at Saks. We need to work out a deal.
Armando. We need to get Armando.
We need to work out a deal for this bag.
Armando's a man. Look, we need to. They got too much inventory on hand. We need to.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to burn it. Yeah. Don't be like Lou. Right? Another bag though is the Newsboy satchel. So the Newsboy satchel, we don't have this one, but the Newsboy satchel is if you think back to those 50s and 60s, 40s, 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Everybody carried a bag back then. By the way,
they did. Come on, bro. Nothing new was under the sun. Nothing new was under the sun. I don't know when it became not masculine or effeminate to have a bag. It's crazy. But the Newsboy is the one that the boy with the paper route was throwing the bag out of. It's cloth, has kind of the snaps on the outside of it, right?
I've seen some nice leather ones too.
It's some good leather ones too, but the traditional ones are really cloth. And lastly, man, the backpack, baby.
Now here's what you see a lot of people embracing.
They
embrace this.
The backpack. Yeah, well, I mean, because it's.
You see a lot of the athletes, a lot of the rappers.
You gotta realize why they embrace it, because we all used it in school at one point in time, so we're used to it, right? It's used for utility, but can be a statement piece like this. This one is Givenchy. That's right, Givenchy. It gives the kind of campus chic wear, but. Gents, I want you to think outside of the box. Yeah. We're fathers.
We are fathers.
We're fathers. Both of us got 2 kids. Well, you got 3. That's right. You got 3, baby. And
I got 2 that would need this.
Absolutely. And so this could be a dope diaper bag. Listen, I'm telling you right now. Kaylin Law, she ain't walking around with no gray coat. You know my father, I know the brands from Target. You know what I'm saying?
Graco, that's so funny. I set up a Graco stroller yesterday.
Absolutely, see, right. I'm not walking around with no diaper bag like that. But give me a dope. Like I have a dope 2 backpacks that are really, really nice. I don't have a Givenchy Armando. I don't have a Givenchy.
I changed my mind. I'll take this one instead.
But you can use them for something similar like that. For guys who are into photography, it could be a dope camera bag. They have laptop sleeves in them. You see what I'm saying? The only thing I caution people with backpacks is don't wear them with your suits, because it's a lot of wear and tear.
Yeah.
And you can start to degrade the fabric.
Trust me, I've made that mistake before.
Yeah.
And everything's all bunched up, and the suit doesn't fit the way it's supposed to. It's just a lot.
And this one right here, this Fendi with this big old logo, right? Beautiful, beautiful backpack. It can also be counted as a tote. Vinyl, you can use it as your any kind of bag, man. Any kind of bag.
And again, guys,
I love that logo, bro.
Starting out, if you're not comfortable with some of the other bags, the totes and things like that, get you a nice designer backpack.
Yeah, get your backpack. Or an attaché.
And watch how the quality will last a lot longer too. Your straps ain't gonna be falling all off. And guess what? If something does happen, you're able to bring it right back to the store and either replace it or they'll fix it for you.
Yeah.
You can't do that with a JanSport.
Wow, JanSport.
Speaking of logos, though, And we got this nice bag right here. I think that kind of helps to bring that point home. And then, of course, some of the sneakers that we're going to talk about in a second. But talk to me about this new logo mania craze that everybody is really back on again, because it was big back in the 90s,
80s and 90s,
early 2000s too. You know, with the FUBUs and the this and that. It's back.
It's back. Well, you know, so logo mania is actually a psychological term that talks about people who do like you, talk too much, excessive talking, and often
if that's not the pot, calling the kettle black.
Right, I know, right? And incoherent talking, right? But when you broaden that scope, excessive talking, a logo is what speaks to you as a consumer, right? And so that's what's back now. These logos on all of the shirts.
Yeah.
We were walking around the store today here at Saks in the Houston Galleria, and you know, I told you we saw when we first walked in. We had Hugo Boss shirt, it was Kenzo, right?
Yeah.
Everything was huge logos, 9-12-inch logos across the chest, and it's simple, right? The first wave of it hit the postmodern era in the 80s and 90s, right? You know what I'm saying? And it stayed in the hood and in urban wear, right? Which, like you said, the FUBUs, but the Carco Knives and the, you know what I'm saying, the Sean John. I mean, his first shirt said Sean John, biggest day on his first piece, right?
The T-shirts, everybody
had it.
That is so true.
But it was brought back because of the hipster and backpack movement. You know, you saw, you know, that's what's in now. These hipster kids, right?
Yeah.
And they just brought it all the way back, bro. And designers saw, like, yo, it used to be that designers dictated what you were going to wear, but now we're so connected via social media and the internet that whatever you wear, designers are like, yo, this is the new craze. Okay, I see all these kids thrifting and doing all of this and going back and getting the Tommy pullovers and the starter jackets.
Or the thick sole shoes.
Or the you see what I'm saying? And with all these big logos, so the high-end designers are saying, okay, you know what, this is what they're wearing, so we're going to do that, right? And it takes skill and confidence to pull it off. It really does. Because we're not used to it anymore, right? I'm not a big logo person. I'm really not.
Less is more, with me.
Yeah.
Like I like to wear nice brands, but like, you know, like the boots I have on now, you wouldn't be able to know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like every I never get the monogram Louis. Every piece of Louis that I have is not that one, or the classic Gucci.
Well, the Gucci loafers I have, only way you can tell is because it has the
red and green stripe.
Yeah, the
absolutely.
red and green stripe. But outside of that,
but you know, there are a lot of guys now who are getting into this logo, man. And if you visit Saks, man, you can see like these. Grab those shoes right there, man. These Givenchy shoes.
Givenchy.
You know, it's Logo Mania, biggest day. It's a dope shoe. And speaking of shoes, you know. Let's dive into them. We got them on the table.
We got some nice.
My grandmother would be real mad right now. But your feet on the table.
Your grandmother, my wife.
Right.
Let me accidentally put my shoes on the bed. Now, why am I putting my shoes on the bed? Are you asking? Well, I don't know. I'm a guy. We do dumb stuff.
Right.
But my wife will let me know every single time I do.
Yeah. And so, you know, let's take a walk on the wild side for a second with these shoes.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I see what you did there.
Take a walk on the wild side with these shoes, and let's kind of dig into it, man. Right. So sneakers are important, bro.
Okay, so here's what I need you to do.
Talk to me.
Because, you know, when we're talking about different dress shoes and styles, I feel like you do a very good job of explaining what this shoe is and what that looks like.
Okay.
And since we have a couple of different styles up here, let's kind of show people
let's do it.
What we're talking about, because I know you can break that down.
So grab the double monk Santoni, right? So this is Santoni. It's a brand that's out here, man. It's a beautiful shoe. Typically, you see a double monk strap in a dress shoe, in a hard bottom,
That's
right?
what I was tripping off of, because you initially, I don't know, many people would see this and they would think this is a dress shoe.
Yeah, no, it's a
sneaker.
It's a sneaker.
Wow.
It is a sneaker, case in point. But it's the sneaker that, listen, it's the sneaker that you can wear to work, and then you can go straight to happy hour. You just take your tie off if you're working in a professional environment.
It really is.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see a couple different
you wear it with a suit, you wear it with your denim.
Slacks,
You know what I'm saying? You can even wear it with a really, really flat, well-made tracksuit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And just do something different. You can wear it with your linen in it's a really, really versatile shoe. You can wear it with your linen in the summer, put on your Bermuda shorts. You know what I'm saying? You can go out yachting with this. You know.
Tell them what you mean by double monk.
And so these are called monk straps. So they call it. So when it's one, it's a single monk, and when it's two, it's a double monk. So this is a double monk Santoni shoe, man, and it's phenomenal.
Would have never guessed this was a sneaker.
Yeah, it's bananas, man. And then you can't talk about sneakers, especially now because of Kanye.
I already know where you're going.
Without talking about trainers.
Yeah.
And this Balenciaga right here, man. Balenciaga is known for their craftsmanship and really edgy upper. This is called the upper. The part of the shoe that you see that goes over the foot is called the upper. And so it's really, you know, it looks like it's strapped, but it's not. This right here is for support with hidden laces. Really, really phenomenal. What I love about Balenciaga though is their soles. They're thicker than most.
Yeah.
They're thicker than most.
Yeah.
So for our micro gents, for guys who need a couple more inches,
Yeah.
go ahead and grab you a couple Balenciagas, man.
Not the micro gents.
Grab you a couple Balenciagas and you'll be dope, man. Again, this would be bananas with a suit. Like you gotta think outside of the box.
Yeah, because most people are gonna wear that with a tracksuit.
Yeah, or some denim.
Yeah.
And for sure, do it. Absolutely. But throw on a solid, sleek shoe like this.
Nice break.
With no break, right?
I'm just with
no break. A little ankle showing, man.
Yeah, you gotta have a little ankle showing because you need to be able to see all of that.
The whole shoe, the entire shoe. Then you want to talk about something that's coming up, and that's the sock sneakers.
Yeah, right? Those are really starting to come back.
This is another Balenciaga sock sneaker. It's kind of a trainer. It's not a basketball shoe.
Do you know who the first person was to do a sock shoe?
Who's that?
And one.
Yo, they were with the Marburys. With the Marburys. You took me back.
But and1 and Balenciaga are two different things.
Absolutely. 4 different things. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is the Balenciaga shoe. I want to caution, this shoe is not a shoe to hoop in or anything like that. It looks like a basketball shoe. There's no support in here.
None.
It's fly. It's cool to walk in.
It's what it says, a sock shoe.
It's a sock shoe. This is literally canvas, like you can stretch it out. Very comfortable. Then you can have something like your walkers. Let's grab that Givenchy. And again, we're talking logo mania, right? The walkers are right here, Givenchy right on it. This is the comfortable shoe. Givenchy makes a this is a slip-on only. That's what I love about it because I have really narrow feet. But Givenchy does a good job with slip-on shoes.
And what most people don't understand is, most people when you think of sneakers, all they talk about are Jordans or whatever they think
Nikes,
that's
Adidas,
or Yeezys. That's not. You look at something like this and you compare it to the majority of the shoes that are in a Foot Locker or some of these other stores, and you look at the attention to detail that is on these shoes.
Yeah.
And not only that, the way they feel when you put them on your foot, I'm telling you, it's a totally different ballgame when you start walking around and making investments in something like this.
And let's talk about it because Saks sells Nikes and stuff like that too. But you got to realize, so Nike and Adidas, they made their they became world renowned and worldwide because of this durability and the comfort, right? But but some of the same technology that they are using are implemented in a Givenchy or in a Balenciaga, right? So it's still gonna feel great. It's still gonna be able to move with you. I'm not finna hoop in no $800 shoe.
Not
doing
at
it
all.
because it's an investment piece.
I'll go and watch somebody hoop.
I don't want to do that. I'm gonna be mad because it's an investment
I'll wear
piece.
I'll wear them to the Rockets game.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay, no, I got you. I thought you meant watch somebody else hoop in them.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, and then you have just your simple bowling shoe.
Now, you got to take the word simple off.
Yeah, this girl here though.
You got to take the word simple off that.
This Gucci right here. Oh my God, this is called it's called an Argent, right? This is the Gucci Argent. Just look for yourself. For those of you who are listening, the shoe that I'm talking about, those who can't see, the shoe that I'm talking about is the Gucci glitter shoe, if you will.
If you click your heels 3 times, you're going
There's
somewhere.
no place like home, right?
You're going somewhere.
And I love the detail behind it. You have the rivets back on the heel right here, man. It's a phenomenal shoe. But the thing about Gucci, what people don't know is Gucci's are actually really comfortable shoes. I mean, because you got like 5 pair.
In my mind.
But these Gucci's are really, really phenomenal, man. They're very comfortable. They walk really well. And the
they
styling,
are some attention getters.
They are, man.
So
again, wear this with a suit, bro.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
I've seen people wear that with a nice tailored suit.
But this the thing when you wear
too.
Yeah, well, absolutely. You can wear this with anything. But this is the thing about when you wear these kind of shoes or these right here with suits. Pick up that Santoni with suits, man. It has to be taped. The leg needs to be tapered, and there needs to be no break. Again, the leg needs to be tapered Slimming as it goes to the ankle and no break because you want the shoe to be seen. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most of these shoes have slimming effects, right? So even if you have a wider foot, it makes your foot look a little slimmer, man. So again, I hate seeing guys with these big wide jeans and these big wide, you know, at the
and your pants leg is
and,
rolled off,
and you only see
It's
this much of the shoe. You know what I'm saying? Only the toes coming up out of the shoe.
Take off the boot cuts, guys.
Yeah.
Stop wearing boot cuts with sneakers.
With sneakers, bro, like relax, like chill out.
Only wear boot cuts with actual boots, like cowboy boots.
Yeah, well, I mean, and you can wear them. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. Maybe some John Barbados or something like that.
Yes.
But listen, man.
You're going to the rodeo. Yes.
Yeah, you know. But another place you can go instead of going to the rodeo to get your boots, come to Saks. Come to Saks. Come get your boots. Come get your logo Mania. Come get your stuff, man, and get it popping. Be on point with your style.
I'm like my guy off Reading Rainbow. You could listen to us talk about it, but don't take our word for it. Come down here, see what we're talking about. Check out these styles. Check out the amazing staff that they have here. And if there's something that you're not that knowledgeable about, don't be afraid to ask, man. That's what they're here for. They're going to tell you about the Balenciagas. They're going to tell you about the Givenchy's. They're going to tell you about different bags that you can use. They're going to tell you about some of the items that are coming up, some of the items that are in season right now. So you'll kind of get a better understanding. And if you don't come for any other reason than just knowledge, knowledge is power. So just make sure you understand your fashion game so that for those of you that are in process and you're working towards something, you know exactly what to do, you know exactly where to come, and you know exactly what to ask for.
Absolutely, man. So listen, we got to get out of here, man. We got to let these folks sell all these clothes and go see if we can get Armando to try to get. No, I'm just playing. But listen, we appreciate you guys tuning in to us each and every time we have a show, listening and you know, just really evaluating what we have to say. We don't take it lightly, man.
Man, we don't take it lightly, man. This is a great opportunity for us too. You know, as young men, as young entrepreneurs, we're serious about our craft, but we're also serious about learning and exploring. So,
agreed.
Like we always say, if you guys have some constructive criticism that can help us along with the
hit
show,
us on social media.
We're really out here trying to bring knowledge and information to people about stuff that we didn't know about when we were younger, or just stuff that people had to expose and put us on to. So we love doing this. We love the fact that we are partnering here with Saks.
Man, shout out to Saks once again, man.
Armando,
Tawana, Dave, everybody out here in the menswear department in Saks, man. Here at Houston Galleria. We appreciate you guys. Salute to you.
And thank you guys for supporting us, man. I mean, we're just two young brothers with a dream trying to expose and bring information and knowledge to the people. So we appreciate you guys taking the time out to go and log on to the Sphere and check on G is for Gents and just everything that we're doing. I guarantee you big things are coming in 2018, not only for us, not only for this show, but for you watching as well. So make sure you stay tuned, watch the glow up, and then become part of the movement.
Absolutely. So, B, you can keep it gangster.
You can keep it gentlemanly.
But always keep it G. Till next time.